Hey guys, so I'm excited to be here with you tonight in our basement live. I'm Invest in Your Child, and I want to talk to you today about teaching your children and about something that they have innately. That's something that's given to them, and that's the ability to choose. They can make choices. They can choose to be sad, they can choose to be mad, they can choose to be happy. And sometimes as parents, we want to make those choices for them. It just happened today. My oldest son, he's 8 years old, and he was trying to open something, and I'm like, let me just do it for you. But I'm like, no, what am I doing? I need to stop, take a step back, and let you do that. It's a small challenge. It might seem kind of silly, but it happens every day with me and my kids. It's very easy for me to go, okay, I'll just tie your shoe. No, actually, I need to sit down and teach you so that you can learn how to do it. I need to do that. And so I bet we can all think of parenting moments where we took an opportunity away from a child, an opportunity for them to make a choice, an opportunity for them to learn. Maybe even when it was hard. It's because it makes sense, right? We're the parents, we have so much more experience than they do. They should listen to us, and we should just help them all the time. And if they're hurt, or if they are having a hard time in school, with friends, they need our advice, we just want to fix it for them because we love them. And so that's just something that a lot of parents, including myself, will tend to do. But one thing that I found is whenever I take a step back and whenever I let my child think about all of the solutions to their problem and let them make a decision, now of course I'm there helping and giving advice and stuff and listening, but I'm always surprised at how creative they can be with finding their own solution and creating, their own problem-solving ability. They're learning how to problem solve. And I don't want to take that away from them, right? As much as I don't want to admit, I know that I'm not going to be there for them all the time. I'm not. And eventually I want them to be able to make choices and deal with consequences and deal with stress, deal with hard things, and when they get in trouble. And it's so easy for me to be tempted to be like, oh, let me take care of that. I'll talk to your teacher about that. You shouldn't be in trouble for that. So I'm going to tell you a story real quick after we do a clip. I'm going to show a clip that is a cute clip. It's an older one. Our kids are a lot younger, and they're fishing. And the reason I picked this one is because we should, of course, teach our children how to fish and not just always hand them fishes, right? So that's the lesson that we can remember. So we'll roll the clip. It's a cute one. And we're back. I hope you enjoyed that little clip. It's a fun one. It takes me back to when kids were really little. And I'm sure 10 years from now I'll look back at the present day and I'll go, oh, my kids were so little. I'm sure it'll happen. It always does, right? And it's important to remember those moments, when they're super, super, super cute. You're like, oh, that's right. I miss that. My kids are so cute now, though, too. So what I want to teach is teaching parents how to not get in the way from your child's learning. And I love each one of my children. They're so different with their little personalities, and they all have different challenges. And a lot of times, I can truly just fix a challenge for them. I know how to. I've had experience. I've been in the same situation, very similar. But whenever I take a step back, they learn for themselves. And I also need to show them confidence in them. When I take a step back and try and let them solve one of their own problems, then I show confidence that they can do it. And when they do solve a problem or deal with a situation, then they gain that confidence. And that's something I just can't give them on a plate. I can't cook that up for them and say, here's your confidence in yourself. One time, so this is my story, one time my son came home, one of my sons, and there was a problem. It was miscommunication with him and his teacher. And it wasn't that big of a deal to me, but I could tell it was really concerning to him. And it was, she thinks this, but this is really what happened, and it was really important to him. And so he just looked at me and he said, so you email her and explain it. And at first I was like about to say, oh, okay. And then I decided not to. And I looked at him and I said, well, how about you talk to her and tell her what happened? And he's just like, what? I can't do that. I don't have time to talk to my teacher. And he was obviously very intimidated by that thought of going and talking to her about the subject. And I said, well, when can you do it? And we sat down together and we really discussed like what time during the day he would have an opportunity to go up to her and have a one-on-one conversation and explain what happened and explain the miscommunication so that it's fine. And I had to do with the paper and turning in a paper and a grade, and I knew that it was really important to him, and I didn't want to take away that opportunity for him to have experience and to make choices and to learn and to grow. And I knew that this would be a very powerful lesson that he could learn. And so honestly, the next day he agreed that he was going to talk to his teacher, and it was going to be right after like the first recess or something like that. I don't know. At the beginning of recess bell, he knew we made a plan together. I helped him plan it out. And honestly, I was a little nervous during the day. I'm like, hopefully he did it. Hopefully it's okay. Because I could tell he was a little nervous. When he came home from school, he explained to me what happened, because of course I asked, I said, did you talk to your teacher about it? And he said, yeah, she said it was fine. It's not. And he was so proud of himself. Like, you should have seen his face. It was just like, yeah, it's fine. I handled it. It's fine now. And I could just see it. I swear he grew like an inch taller in that moment. To me, he had learned from that experience, and I was so glad that in that moment of taking away that, I could have taken away that opportunity, but I didn't. I didn't just email the teacher and solve the problem so that he didn't have to deal with it. And so there's many examples of this. I know parents that like, it's a little, in my opinion, it's kind of extreme where like even if they forget their lunch, they never go and give them their lunch. Hey, they have to deal with consequences. But you'll know what's right for your family and what's right for your child. Each child is going to be different. What kind of challenges they can handle. And you'd probably be surprised that they can probably handle a lot more. So I just challenge you, take a step back and never take away a choice that they can make. If they can choose like what music they listen to, just as long, of course, that you approve of it, then why not have them choose that day in the car what music they listen to? Or it's just an example. Or let them choose the color of their bedroom, or let them choose, because those choices will help them form their identity and build confidence help them deal with their own problems. So I challenge you to do that. It's hard, I know it's hard, but we're in this together. And if you haven't already, you can go to investinyourchild.com, and just with your name and email, you can sign up for free weekly videos where we give little challenges that you can think about during the week. And they're super short and fun, and you get mom and dad and kid perspective. So thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow night.